Hello, Nikita. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, sir.
Have you heard about Python before?
Python? As in, you mean the snake?
No. Python is a programming language. So let's learn about Python as a programming language today. Okay. Have you learned anything in the school about any programming language?
Yes,
Have you
sir.
done any coding before?
Yes, sir. We have learned about coding.
Where and what did you do?
So in coding, what you have to do is you need to write a set of instructions.
It is.
And then these instructions will help a computer to perform a task.
Yes. Because computer can't think itself, that as a human being, we need to think on behalf of computer and we need to prepare set of instruction. Say step 1, computer, prepare, execute this. A computer, do the second step. A computer, do the third step. So a program or a coding is nothing but a set of instruction for the computer. And do you know where we can use coding? And what is the benefit of coding?
We use coding in movies. That's a good way to bring in a lot of money to the film industry. And there's also, you can use coding in robots.
Robotics, yes. And as well as in many places like astronomers, they use NASA, they use many languages to launch any programs, like something like sending a manned mission, spacecraft to another planet, sending rockets to Mars. So that can be used in many places. Good. But anyone can learn coding, right? So in this world today, it's very easy. You can Google it up, you can watch some videos on YouTube. So you can learn many things easily in no time, right? So, but that is not good enough, right? So we are living in a competitive world. So we need to competitive world that we need to improve our knowledge and we need to stand up. So to achieve that, there are few set of rules that we need to follow. Whatever the language we are picking up, be it's Python or Java or Scratch, every programming language has got some set of rules, some commands to follow. So we need to practice again and again over a period of time and then learn all that stuff. And then, as I have explained, program is nothing but a logical set of instructions. So we need to practice ourselves to think logically. The reason, do you know the reason why? Because the computer can't think itself. So we need to think logically and we need to prepare a set of instruction. We need to feed this into the computer. And there is one more skill we need to practice as to be a super coder. The importance of the skill is attention to detail. So in school, you learn so many things, but you need to give attention to minute details to make it perfect. Something like cooking. Have you done cooking in the school? Or have you helped your mom in the kitchen?
No.
Okay. In cooking, attention to detail is very, very important. Like how much degree you want to cook. What is the temperature of the cake if you're making in the oven or etc. So the same way in programming, attention to detail is very, very important. This will help you to find the mistakes in your code early in the process so you can rectify the mistakes, you can improve your knowledge on. You can polish your attention to detail skill by practicing on spot the difference puzzle. Have you done any spot the difference puzzle?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So this is what I would recommend you to practice more and more. And last but not the least, we need to practice again and again, as much as you can. The reason the program, whatever the programming language you are going to pick up, and you're trying to practice, initially you will have many issues and you need to try to overcome. That can happen only by practice. You try, you fail, you try, you fail, and then after a practice, obviously you will succeed one day. Yeah, so practice as much as you can. Okay, so there are two types of programming languages. You have done Scratch before in the school?
Yes.
What did you do in the Scratch?
In Scratch, there are many different boxes and you just drag them.
Exactly.
Your code.
Yes. So programming languages can be grouped into two. One is visual-based programming languages, which is the Scratch is a very good example of Scratch. Another one is the text-based languages, and Python is a very good example of that. So Scratch is aimed for primary schools. So you don't need to remember many words and text and things like that. What you can do is simply drag and drop, and you can build your programming language so that you understand the flow, you understand the programming language, right? Now, as we are moving into the next level from primary to secondary, it becomes evident that we need to learn the next level of programming, right? To leverage further, to understand, to develop more robotics oriented components, so that you will be using a text-based programming languages, such as Python. Can you think of any other text-based language apart from Python?
Like, so you're talking about languages like HTML and Java.
Java would be the best example. Java, C#, C, these are all the text-based languages. Yeah, good. Right. So in this session, we are going to understand what is Python and how Python has been used in the industry. Right. So we know Python is a text-based language. So in Scratch, when you've done a program, your program consists of many blocks. You remember that? You have a blocks, you drag and drop the block, you develop something on it, you drag and drop cat, and you have done something with it. Have you done any animation in Scratch as well?
Yes.
So a Scratch program consists of many of these visual components. Have you seen green, blue, and different blocks?
Yes.
But in the similar way, the text-based language or a program contains set of words, or some abbreviations, some numbers, and symbols. So combination of all this form a Python program. Yeah, you happy to learn more about Python?
I'm very excited too.
Good. Right. Let's have a look at few fun facts about Python. Python is originally developed by a person called Guido van Rossum. He developed Python around 1990s. Everyone think Python is somewhat associated with the snake, right? But unfortunately, no. Guido van Rossum is a great fan of British comedy group in 90s called Monty Python's Flying Circus. From this name, he picked up the word Python and he associated with the software. It was in the time of 90s, there are no free softwares. Everyone has to pay for hefty money to get a software installed and use it for your development or whatever the purposes. But at that time, Guido van Rossum has got a visibility that you want to serve the community, you want to develop a free software, you want to give software to many, many people as much as possible. So he come up with an idea about free open source software. So that's how Python has been developed. Python is so famous today because Python is very, very easy to read and write and learn. And that's why we are learning Python in primary and secondary schools, and is very, very powerful. You will be using Python in secondary school, university, and once you got your dream job, you will be using Python as well, guaranteed. And there are a few other areas. If you ask me why Python is so famous, Python has got many, many libraries around.
Like, you mean libraries like NumPy?
Yeah, exactly. Do you know about NumPy?
Yeah,
NumPy.
I do. Yeah, I do.
Okay, what is NumPy? What does NumPy do?
It's just...
Okay, yeah, I got it. So, similar... Okay, so similar to the other libraries, the Python has got many libraries around. These libraries has been developed by different community members, and they already make it available on the internet so that anyone can download and then they can make use of it.
So it's containing different pieces of code that you can weave into your own.
Yeah, it is a packaged version. So it's something like a ready-made meal. You don't need to cook yourself. Someone has already cooked and packed for you. You can get it from them and then you can use it straight away. Yeah. So many, many libraries around for Python that you can use it in many places. So you can concentrate on what you would like to do quickly and easily. And very importantly, Python can be used in many places. You can develop a Python program for Windows, and you can use your Python in Mac or in Linux or Raspberry Pi and many places. So you develop your Python program in one place and you can use it in multiple places.
Yes.
So That's why Python is so famous today. You know where and which companies are using Python? Have you used Google or have you watched videos from YouTube?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Google and YouTube, they use Python. Nearly 50-60% of the code has been written in Python initially.
Yes,
And big banks like Sainsbury's, Barclays, HSBC, they use Python. Do you know why they use Python?
Did they use it to keep the vaults of money safe?
Yeah. So they do transact quite a lot of information every day. Whenever you walk into the bank, whatever the transaction you do, they do record everything, and then they generate a lot of reports. Right? And superstores, something like Sainsbury or Tesco or Asda, they do use Python.
For security purposes, sir.
And not only for security purposes, like to maintain the inventory or to order new items. You go and buy, and once the item is not available, then they order for them. And NASA.
So, do we also use it in like when they do robotic surgeons? Because I've seen like one time I've seen a robot work on a person.
Yes, exactly. Yes, a robotic surgeon. Yes, yeah, that's a very good idea. Yes.
Does it make the job for the surgeon easier?
I wouldn't say easier. It make the job perfect. Sometimes the surgeon has to be very, very accurate, very, very precise enough. So rather than depending on human error, and to eliminate human error, nowadays the surgeon can make use of program to move the arm, to cut in very, very precise manner. So on a very, very precise, especially eyes or very, very small nerves, the surgeon can use robotic to do surgery, where the Python is very, very helpful. And obviously, we all watch movies, animated movies, and they are all from Python as well. And NASA, yes, of course, NASA, they do use Python to launch many, many programs and sending rockets to a moon or a Mars or any interplanetary space missions, and they do use Python quite a lot.
Wow, so Python is used in so many different places.
It is, exactly. And that's why we are here to learn more about Python. Okay, so in the next video, we'll learn more about Python. Okay, see you. Bye.
Super video.